Okay guys, medyo impromptu and siguro magsasalita muna ako sa ating pambansang wika. And kasi project na to na gagawin namin that's currently being done ngayon sa shop, sinisimulan na namin is baka siguro mas akma to sa mga tao dito sa Pinas na siguro mas trip nila mga JDM number 1 na yan. Well, technically this build is not gonna be a JDM level or peg na setup, pero Japanese car na siya instead of it being a Korean car like yung mga usual namin na video. So again, my name is John Kalam and I'm speaking to you guys on behalf of KHL Motorsport. So, yung build namin ngayon is I don't know what year model it is, but it is a big body Corolla AE101 chassis. It's a local body na ex-race car, ex-rally car siya. Nung dumating sa shop, hubad, kahalang ang dumating. Pinagmanahan kasi sa current client namin yung Shell. Kaya ngayon ang task namin ngayon is na buuin, na gawing race car ulit. Pero medyo budget meal basis na hindi all out ang setup, na pwedeng gamitin all these local disciplines sa motorsport. Saka pwede ding ayusin ng madali. Kasi madali yung pyesa. So, yun yung konsepto ng build. Basically, ito po yung roll cage na ginawa. Actually, yung previous owner, siyang nagpagawa ng roll cage. And actually, the roll cage looks to be pretty solid, pretty well made. So, hopefully, hindi yan magiging problema for the current owner in case na magulong niya. And apparently, the current owner is... ang huli namin conversation, may tendency siyang gumulong ng auto. It's not gonna be his first time to make gulong. So, hopefully, we're gonna be able to make him a car that's reliable, and hopefully yung roll cage na nakalagay sa auto ngayon ay sasalba ng kanyang buhay. Talagang Shell siya, may mga konting kalakalawang in certain places. So, ang ginagawa namin ngayon is inaayos, repair. Napilitan na namin ng shock. So, yung shocks niya is from a Corona X-Shore ST191 body. The reason being is gusto natin not necessarily tumaas yung auto but more of to increase the suspension travel, meaning yung dipa ng shocks mas mahaba ang taas-baba ng shock. Kung ganun-ganun lang, pag tumalo ng auto at lumanding, tukod ang shock. Gaganon siya, pak. Pero kung malayo ang stroke niya, kaya pa niyang i-cushion yung pagbagsak ng kotse. Kaya hindi masisiraan hopefully ng suspension, hindi masisiraan din ng likod ng driver. So that's the concept of that. Pero the negative consequence of that is tataas ng konti yung auto because mas mahaba yung shock ng ST191 sa big body. Sa harap, bolt-on siya. Papalitan mo lang yung top mount to use the big body top mount on the ST191 strut. Pero sa likod, may konti kang bubutasan sa lower shock mount para mag-bolt-on siya sa knuckle sa likod. It's easy naman to do basta may barena ka and hindi ka nagmamadali. Brakes gonna be stock pang X-taxi na preno na maliit sa harap, drum brake sa likod. Hindi siya magiging super duper highfalutin fast car in our estimation. However, ang balak namin isalpak, which is nakuha na namin na makina, lalagyan lang namin ng makina ng Vios. We're gonna put a 1NZ FE engine that is usually found locally in the Toyota Vios, Toyota Yaris. Pero in Japan, ang daming kotse pinaglalagyan nito ng Toyota. So, honestly, ang daming pagpipilian sa surplusan. So, well, the good thing about the 1NC, syempre, since ang daming taxi, like yung Corolla din, ang daming nagkaroon ng taxi dito sa atin. Pyesa, hindi problema. Kahit nga yung pang big body na pang ilalim, hindi problema eh. Pang ilalim, body panels, ang daming nagpa-part out ngayon. Promise, during the time of the filming of this video, hindi ko na-experience magkaroon ng problema pa sa paghahanap ng pyesa. Pera lang ang nagiging problema ko, or budget ng kliyente, ang pag-disburse. Pero pyesa, as of now, hindi problema. Kasi nga, sa dami ng Corollang linabas dito, sa dami na naging mga ex-taxi, yung mga spare parts, sa surplus parts, hindi problema sa ngayon. Yung makina rin 1NC, sa dami rin ng linabas na ganitong makina sa Japan, hindi din problema yung makina. And it's kinda dirt cheap din yung makina right now. Kung maputokan ka ng makina, it's cheaper to just buy a new engine than to overhaul the engine. Pero one key performance metric na kailangan na malaman ng mga tao is, dude, ang gaan ng makinang to. Engine and transmission for the 1NZ, the weight, based on my research, hindi ko tinimbang, but based on research, it's about 131 kilos. Engine and transmission weight, I think it's not too far off sa totoong figure, based on the engine that we have. Kung ikukumpara natin sa 4AFE and sa 4AGE, yung usual yung sinasalpak sa mga Corolla nyo, 4AFE and 4AGE maybe will be similar weight kasi naman sila, similar ang block cast iron. Siguro 4AGE mas reinforce lang ng konti yung block ng konti, saka syempre may individual throttle bodies, pero let's pretend it's the same weight. Based on my research, the weight is 202 kilos. Kung tutusin, yung weight niya is about 35% less. Mas magaan ang 1NC sa mga 4A ng about 35% based on the data that I have. Pero consider din yung power to weight ratio ng makina. Kung kukumpara mo sa 4AFE na 202 kilos and 106 horsepower, ang kilogram to HP ratio niya is 1.91. Ang 4AGE naman na silver top, kasi kino-compare ko sa silver top kasi may ginagawa rin kaming present na project na isa pang big body na silver top naman ang nakakarga. Ang power naman ng silver top, mas malakas siya. It's about 40 horsepower more roughly, at least 155 horsepower at the crank. Given the same weight, ang kilogram to HP ratio niya is about 1.30. So mas malakas siya kaysa sa 4AFE. Pero kung sa 1NC naman na 131 kilos lang, pero ang power niya is about 5% better than 4AFE. So kung ikukumpara mo naman yung 1NC sa 4AGE silver top, ang kilogram to HP ratio niya it's 1.20. Ibig sabihin, it's 7.6% more power dense than a silver top for AGE with individual throttle bodies and high revs. Remember, yung 1NC is an economy engine. Hindi siya pang high horsepower, hindi siya pang drag, hindi siya it's an economy engine. Pantipiran nga, pang-taxi nga na makina eh. But it is so power dense. Ibig sabihin, isalpak lang namin to sa kaha, mas mabilis to, probably mas mabilis to ang acceleration sa silver top. So, yun lang, I mean, yun lang, we'll probably make more videos tungkol dito sa project na to, onte-onte. And I'm very excited to announce future plans with the car and collaboration with the owner in the future. Pero sa ngayon guys, yun lang. So hopefully you guys appreciate it. Like and subscribe as usual. Please check us out on Facebook. We are Kuhol Garage on Facebook. We are KHL Motorsport on Instagram. Kaya guys, thank you so much. Abangan ang susunod na installment sa patungkol sa Big Body Corolla Race Car project namin. Till then, see you guys. God bless and keep safe. Salamat guys. See ya.